Hey, today I'll be talking about Tale of the Nine-Tailed. When I heard about this drama coming out, I was really excited, mostly because of Dongwook, but also because I have fond memories of My Girlfriend is a Gumaho. This drama so far is not bad, but definitely not as good as I'd hoped. In any case, I'll dive into that more towards the end. The drama starts with our main character, Jia, in the car with her parents. Something flies by the front of the car, causing an accident. Flipped upside down, Jia stays conscious just long enough to see doppelgangers of her parents reaching for her. She wakes up and finds herself back home. She might have assumed it was just a dream, but there are signs like blood on her clothes and her mother not knowing that she's allergic to nuts. Jia stabs her mom, running away to hide in her room. I understand that she's a child and I admire her bravery, but it might have been better to feign ignorance until she could run away. Because look at you now. Bad planning. Things are looking dire with an actually really freaky hand through the door, and then Lee Yun shows up. He checks to see if she is the girl he's looking for, but she isn't, so he uses his glowy eyes to force her to forget what she saw. She comes to back at the scene of the accident, parents missing. We cut to 21 years later. Lee Yun enters a bride's dressing room. The woman is actually a fox that killed a lot of humans before falling in love and settling down. She tries to plead for her life, claiming she has changed, but no dice. Lee Yun kills her. This is his job, meting out justice to foxes that have broken rules or killed humans. He then alters the memories of the attendees so they don't know what happened. This character is really fun, by the way, part Grim Reaper, part Munjo. Attending another wedding, Jia comes out of the room next door and sees Lee Yun leaving the scene. She's now a PD for a show about supernatural occurrences. Sensing a story, she does some digging and finds that everyone believes that the bride ran away with her lover, which doesn't add up as her wedding dress is on the floor and there is blood on the sleeve. Jia finds some fox hair and takes it to a vet friend of hers for investigation. He tries to throw her off the scent, but she wants to follow through. The vet turns out to be a fox himself, Leon's friend in fact. He calls Leon to warn him about Jia. Following a tip, Jia tries to catch a bus that Leon will be on. She misses it thanks to a rather persistent hobo. She follows in a taxi and finds that the bus has been in an accident. Leon is missing, and the only survivor is a young girl who says Leon killed the passengers and is now after her. Jia invites the girl to stay with her. Turns out that Jia is very much on top of things. After noticing some inconsistencies in the girl's story, she figured out that something was up and left the note so that Leon would come to her house. She even set up a camera. Ballsy plan. Luckily, it works. The girl turns out to be Leon's half-brother, Li Rang, in disguise. Li Rang blames Leon for leaving his family for a human girl and has become a bit of a troublemaker. And by that I mean disguising himself as human and killing people for sport. By the way, what wizard has blessed Kim Boom with eternal youth? Leon arrives and chases him off, and then uses his glowy eyes to wipe Jia's memory. But it doesn't work. Sometime later, he arrives home to find a video of the fight on his laptop and Jia on his balcony. Turns out that she remembers everything, including their first meeting when she was a little girl. She jumps off the ledge, forcing him to go after her and proving her suspicions for good. I never thought I'd see CGI as bad as that one crash landing on you scene, but here we are. The next episode starts with Leon's story. He used to be a mountain spirit, and then he fell in love with a human named Aum. After she died, he couldn't let her go, and made a deal to work as an executioner in exchange for her reincarnation. He should be able to identify her by checking her for a bead, which he did when he first met Jia, which means she can't be Aum's reincarnation. In any case, due to their resemblance, Leon can't help but be a little curious. Back to work, Jia heads for an island to investigate a story about a strange town. Leon follows along, pretending to be part of her staff. This is the island where he used to live, the same island where he met Aum. Jia's parents also visited this island just after conceiving her. What a coincidence. They slowly uncover the story. 4 fishermen were trapped out at sea, and after about a month, sea madness got to them, and 3 of them ate the 4th guy. The daughter of the 4th guy accepted Li Rang's offer for revenge, making the men go mad and commit suicide. In return, she gave Li Rang her leg. That's his thing. He makes deals. This is all part of Li Rang's grand plan to reawaken Imugi, the spirit responsible for Aum's death. Li Yun killed him years ago, but Imugi is kinda like Voldemort. He left a bit of himself alive in this well and can use it to come back. Li Rang finds Li Yun and Jia on the island, and since Li Rang lives to antagonize, Li Yun tells Jia to run away while he holds Li Rang off. Jia runs into a shaman lady who knocks her out with drugged incense. The shaman is working with Li Rang and plans to use Jia as a sacrifice to bring Imugi back to life. Li Yun arrives in time to use his foxy powers to save her, killing the shaman in the process, which is apparently a big no-no since she was a human. A terrible one, but human nonetheless. Unfortunately, a bit of blood from a cut on Jia's hand got into the well, and that was enough. Later that night, the residents of the island crowd around the well, and I assume are eaten by a Mugi so he can regain his strength. Li Rong then delivers a baby to a mystery man who takes it off the island. The next day, Li Yun and Jia wake up to find the island completely deserted. Cue flashback. After Li Yun left the mountain to save Aum from death, some humans set fires in the, at the time, unprotected mountain area. Li Rong was left alone and forced to watch his animal friends burn to death. He eventually grew stronger and went on a revenge killing spree. Li Yun finally returns, and Li Rong is so relieved to see his brother that it's heartbreaking. That is until Li Yun reveals that he's here to do his job as Fox Cop and kill Li Rong for killing humans. Kim Bum killed it in this scene, by the way. I'm not on his side, but I'm kind of on his side. Anyway, after Li Yun stabbed Li Rong, the mystery man saved his life, which is why Li Rong is still alive. It also seems that Li Yun purposely didn't cut deep enough to kill Li Rong. Li Yun gets sent to ice jail as punishment for killing the shaman woman, and Li Rong takes full advantage of the situation to mess with Jia, sending some shining twins to haunt her. Li Yun senses that she is in danger and decides to go through a more dangerous route to get out of jail earlier. I really couldn't take this part seriously. It's literally just a bridge with flying daggers. Why is this an alternative to jail time? So obviously he makes it over the bridge and back to the human world. She cries over him and that reveals the bead. Despite the fact that he checked her twice, she is now confirmed as Aum reincarnate, surprising no one. Elsewhere, we see a 10-year-old looking child growing up in Mystery Man's house. I'm assuming this is the baby Li Rong delivered growing up at an alarming rate. Also, he's got superpowers. Li Rong continues to plot. He sends a young fox girl to get close to Li Yun's vet friend. She owes Li Rong her life, but vet guy's kindness seems to be getting to her, which might be a problem if Li Rong tells her to hurt him in some way. Li Yun takes Jia to see the governor, a man he thinks can help them find her parents. When Jia changes into historical garb, he is so overcome that he kisses her, leading her to remind him that she is her own person and not a copy of Aum. In other words, to like her for who she is as a person, which, yeah, but also don't wear that outfit then. They find the governor, who tells them that Mystery Man is a human and planned the car accident from her youth, though his target was actually her and not her parents. Following a hunch, they decide to follow Li Rong, thinking he might know who the Mystery Man is. They meet Li Rong at a fortune teller's tent, not realizing that Li Rong asked them to come so he could trade his most precious item for something else that he needs from the fortune teller. Kind of sweet that Li Yun is the most precious thing to him if you ignore the whole trading part. The fortune teller puts Li Yun in his sack, Li Rong gets what he wants and leaves. Jia has no choice but to stay behind and try to figure out how to get Li Yun back. The fortune teller tells her that he will exchange Li Yun for the fox bead that she carries, and Jia has no choice but to accept. I really like the way they're setting up the story. Character motivations make sense, and you can feel the impending doom. I didn't mention the side characters much, but they're interesting as well. And Kim Bum as Li Rong is really stealing the show for me. I mean, he's hands down the most interesting character in the show. But the romance is really not working for me. I think the problem is the whole reincarnation thing. He loves her because she's Aum's reincarnation. I mean, you can say that he loves her for who she is, but then what, am I supposed to believe that after all these years he just happened to fall in love with the one person who is the reincarnation of Aum? I think not, and that makes things a lot less romantic. My other issue is there's never any actual tension. No one is injured for more than an episode, the fights mean nothing, it's like they're just stalling for time until they can bring a Mugi back. For example, when they went to see the governor, we found out that the governor's little sister is the woman that Li Yun killed in the first episode. Because of that, there was some tension at first, fighting, looks like the governor won't help them, and then nothing. The governor wasn't even angry. I mean, what was the point of that? There are some things that I really like about this drama, and I do want to see how it ends, but overall not super impressed. Well, till next time, thanks for watching.